Hello, everyone. The Doberman Pinscher is one of the most misunderstood power breeds in the dog world, not because the facts are unclear, but because the breed's silhouette alone triggers assumptions. The reality is simpler and more demanding. A Doberman is a purpose-built personal protection dog with a fast mind, a fast body, and a deep need for structure, which means it can become one of the most reliable family guardians on Earth, or an anxious, reactive problem in the wrong environment. Dobermans were shaped to stay close to their person, read situations quickly, and respond with confidence, and that design shows up in daily life as intense loyalty, constant awareness, and a strong tendency to shadow their owners from room to room. This is not clinginess for attention the way some lap breeds behave. It is a working instinct to remain connected to the handler and monitor what's happening. Adoption or ownership starts with the honest question: do you want a dog that needs leadership every day, or do you want a dog that simply exists around you? If you want the second, the Doberman is usually the wrong match. If you want a partner that learns fast, bonds hard, and thrives in a structured home, the Doberman can be extraordinary. In a home setting, Dobermans are typically clean, indoor-friendly, and surprisingly affectionate with their family, but they are not a low-effort breed. They do best with predictable routines, calm rules, and daily outlets for both physical energy and mental engagement. A bored Doberman doesn't just chew a pillow. It can develop restlessness, compulsive behaviors, barrier frustration at windows, and reactivity because the breed's nervous system is built for readiness, and readiness without a job turns into tension. Training is where Dobermans separate great owners from frustrated owners. They are highly trainable and often eager to work, but they are also sensitive to unfair pressure. Harsh handling can create avoidance, defensive behavior, or a dog that stops trusting the human's decisions, while clear boundaries, calm repetition, and reward-based structure build the stable confidence people admire.
Because Dobermans learn quickly, they also learn your inconsistencies quickly, so rules that change depending on mood can produce a dog that tests boundaries. The best Doberman homes look boring on the surface. Consistent daily walks, controlled greetings, calm place or settle habits, polite door routines, and regular short training sessions that keep the mind satisfied. The breed's protective instinct is real, but the highest quality protection is controlled, not chaotic. A well-raised Doberman typically watches first, assesses, and stays composed until something truly crosses a line. If a Doberman is constantly barking, lunging, or acting as if every stranger is a threat, that is usually not good guarding. It is insecurity, poor socialization, or an owner accidentally teaching the dog that reactivity is the job. Socialization for a Doberman is not about turning it into a golden retriever that loves everyone. It is about teaching neutrality and confidence in the presence of normal life so the dog doesn't feel obligated to manage the world. That includes calm exposure to visitors, controlled experiences in public spaces, and learning to ignore distractions, because the goal is a dog that can switch off when you say the situation is safe. With family, Dobermans often form a powerful bond and can be gentle, affectionate, and surprisingly cuddly at home. But their intensity means they need emotional regulation training from early on. With children, many Dobermans do well when they are raised with structure and kids are taught respectful handling. But supervision matters because Dobermans are fast, strong, and highly responsive to movement and noise. Chaotic play can overstimulate any dog, and a protection-minded breed should never be expected to tolerate constant roughness. The safest family dynamic is one where the dog has clear boundaries, a calm resting place, and controlled interactions, rather than being treated like a toy. With other dogs, many Dobermans can be social, especially with early exposure and good handling. But the breed can show same-sex conflict in some individuals and may be selective, so introductions should be thoughtful, and the owner should prioritize neutrality and control rather than forcing friendships. With smaller animals, prey drive varies. Many live peacefully with cats when raised together, while others may chase, so management and training should be realistic rather than optimistic. Physically, the Doberman is built like an athlete, tall, lean, muscular, and designed for speed and explosive movement, which is why they can look elegant and intimidating at the same time. They are not designed for long, slow endurance the way some working breeds are. They excel at quick power, precision, and responsiveness, and that's why they thrive in protection sports, obedience, and advanced training work. When people ask about running speed, the practical truth is that Dobermans are among the faster dog breeds in sprint bursts, and they can cover distance quickly when motivated. But speed should never be the focus of ownership. The focus should be controlled exercise that builds conditioning without overheating or injury. When people ask about bite force, the most responsible answer is that exact bite force numbers across breeds are often inconsistent and over-marketed online. But a Doberman has the jaw strength and athletic ability to cause serious injury if it bites, which is why prevention and management matter more than any statistic. A stable Doberman is not looking to bite, it is looking for direction. Protection instinct is not the same as aggression, and the best Dobermans are clear-headed, confident, and controllable, not hair-trigger reactive. Climate tolerance is a real lifestyle factor because the Doberman has a short coat and low insulation compared to double-coated breeds. Many Dobermans dislike cold weather and can become uncomfortable quickly in wind and wet conditions, so owners in cooler climates often need warm gear and shorter outdoor sessions during harsh weather. Heat can also be a risk during intense activity because athletic dogs can push themselves. The owner must manage exercise timing, hydration, and recovery, especially in hot or humid conditions. Grooming is relatively low maintenance, short coat, simple brushing, and occasional baths, but low maintenance doesn't mean no care. Nails, ears, teeth, and skin health still matter. And because Dobermans are close contact indoor dogs, hygiene routines and regular handling checks become part of responsible ownership. Health is one of the most important truth-based sections for this breed, because the Doberman's reputation for toughness can hide real vulnerabilities. Veterinary discussions often highlight a higher risk of heart disease, especially dilated cardiomyopathy, along with inherited bleeding disorders such as von Willebrand's disease and orthopedic or neurological issues that can appear in some lines, including cervical spine problems, sometimes referred to as wobbler syndrome. Bloat risk also matters in deep-chested athletic breeds, so owners should be educated on emergency signs and prevention-minded routines. The best way to respect Doberman health is to choose sources that prioritize screening and stable lines, keep the dog lean, maintain consistent conditioning, and treat subtle changes in energy, breathing, endurance, or behavior as signals to check rather than ignore. Lifespan is typical for a large athletic breed, and the difference between a short life and a long, comfortable one often comes down to genetics, weight control, stress management, early detection, and consistent veterinary care. In terms of working ability, the Doberman is a natural. It can excel in advanced obedience, protection sports under ethical training, scent work, service roles for the right individual, and structured household guardian duties, but it needs an owner who understands that a working breed doesn't turn itself off automatically. You must teach the off switch, calm settling, disengagement, and neutrality as a skill, not a hope. If you want a Doberman for protection, the responsible goal is not to create aggression, it is to create control. Because a dog that is trained to escalate easily becomes a liability, while a dog that is trained to remain composed
and respond only on command becomes safe and reliable. The honest verdict is that the Doberman is not a casual breed, but it is one of the most rewarding breeds for the right person. It offers devotion that feels personal, intelligence that feels human, and a guardian presence that is real without being chaotic when the dog is raised correctly. If you can provide structure, consistent training, daily purposeful exercise, and calm leadership, you don't just get a dog that looks powerful, you get a partner that is loyal, steady, and deeply tuned to your life. If you cannot provide those things, the breed's sensitivity and intensity can turn into stress, and stress in a powerful dog is where problems begin.